Time is less, portion is vast, and exam is around the corner, and you are completely clueless what to do. If this resonates with you, then you are at the right video right now. Shun away all the distraction and give your complete attention for next 5 minutes to this video, where I'm going to give best solutions to make a quality use of limited study time. No matter whether you are a school student or a college student or a competitive exam student. Hey, this is Bhuvan Dhanesha, memory coach at Growth Vidyapeeth and the president of World Memory Sports Council Maharashtra. I have trained more than 55,000 students to make their study their buddy, and today I'll share 4 important pillars to do quality studies in a limited time. Share this video with all your friends who need this, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel. The first pillar of quality studies in limited time is finding out your productive hours. Out of 24 hours, 6 to 8 hours we are sleeping. From the remaining 16 hours, there are 4 to 5 hours where you are most productive, most energetic, most positive, most motivated and fresh. I call them as productive hours. And on the other hand, there are approximately 2 to 3 hours when you are down on energy. You don't feel like doing anything. You don't feel good to do anything. These are non-productive hours. The problem is we don't know what are our productive hours. So when we see our friends early up in the morning and they start studying, we feel like studying in the morning. But maybe you are not a morning person. Similarly, some people, some groups of friends study late in the night, but possibly that is not your productive hour. You are just doing it by getting influenced by your friends. Maybe you are studying in your non-productive hours and then thinking, why I'm not able to learn much in spite of giving so much effort. So the first pillar, the first step is to find out what your productive hours are. Write in the comments what are the most productive hours for you. Now, let's move on to the second pillar. Second pillar of quality studies in limited time is the right mindset. Now, even if you are studying during your productive hours, but if your mind is full of thoughts, full of negativity, full of emotional disturbances and a lot of other distractions, what will happen? You will end up studying very less. Have you experienced that you are studying and the page is open, but you are in your own dreamy world? You are thinking about a lot of other things, thoughts which are completely irrelevant to the topic which you are studying. Why is this happening? Because our mind is not empty. Your mind is like a bottle, and studying is like pouring water inside it. But what if the bottle is dirty from inside? Even if you pour the purest of the water, do you think that water will be still drinkable? No, right? Similarly, if the mind is not empty or clear before you start your studies, you will never be able to do quality studies, even if you spend the whole day into it. Whatever number of hours you put in, what kind of best techniques you use, whatever mock practices you do, you end up achieving very, very less. So what should be done? The way you need to clean the bottle before you pour fresh water inside it, similarly, you need to clean your mind before you start a study session. How to do that? Use these 2 steps before you start your study session. Step 1. Have a clear set goal of how many chapters you want to do in that particular study session. Step number 2. Do a small meditation or take a few deep breaths before you start so that you can eliminate all the distractions before you begin. All the students of Super Memory Master Level 0 and Level 1 are already practicing this. With this, let us now go to the third pillar. The third pillar of quality studies in limited time is the right techniques. If you want to go from Mumbai to Delhi and you want to catch a train, how much time will it take? It will take somewhere around 12 to 15 hours. But you have got an emergency and you have to reach Delhi within next 4 to 5 hours. What will you do? You will catch a flight because that is the only option available. Similarly, when you have less time, you should have the best practices, best techniques, best tools, best methods, and certain ways of studying which are faster than your normal usual ways. You should learn and apply the following techniques in your studies, especially when you have limited time. Memory techniques, speed reading techniques, mind mapping techniques, flow charts, note-making techniques, and speed writing techniques. This is a useful set of techniques which my students are usually using and studying at an ultra speed. Most of our time gets wasted in thinking about what to do and how to do. Having such techniques can reduce that thinking time to a great extent, which can result in better utilization of the time. How many of you are always in a state of confusion when you do your studies? What should I do? How will I do it? What chapter will I do? What question should I take first? What should I read first? How should I mark the keywords? You know, it is like a pilot who is in the plane and now he is wondering, how do I start the plane? Knowing the right techniques can help you overcome all this confusion and wastage of time. Let us now move on to the fourth and the final pillar. The fourth pillar of effective studies in limited time is right strategy. Let me tell you a simple thing. If you are failing to plan, you are planning to fail. It is a very famous quote and one of my favorite quotes. Ensure that you are planned and you have a strategy. Your strategy should have three elements: learning of chapters, revision of chapters, and writing practice. First is learning the chapters. How quickly can you complete your chapters? Always strategize to complete the first reading and learning in a short time so that you have enough space for revisions and writing. Second is, how many multiple revisions can you do before exams? Because more the number of revisions you do, better are the chances of recollecting information faster in the exams. And third, and a very important one, is writing practice. This is important because you are giving a written exam. You are not giving an oral exam. But what do? Till the end moment, we are just reading. We only read, and on the day of exam when we have to write, it feels overwhelming. And you know what? 80% of people just reach the first stage, that is learning. We study till the last moment. Oh no, 2 chapters are still left. I've seen such kind of people. So they don't reach the second stage. In the second stage, there are people who hardly do 1 revision, that too before the exam. And very few people reach the final stage of writing practice. If your exam is after 30 days, at least 5 days should be given to writing practice. If your exam is after 60 days, at least 10 days should be given for writing practice. For every 30 days, at least 5 days should be given for writing practice. Where you are doing recollection writing or such writing where you are not copying from somewhere. You are just writing whatever you are recalling, and that's the ideal way. So quality study depends on if you can complete these 3 stages of preparation in your strategy. Lastly, I will just say one thing. You don't have lack of time. What you have is a lack of clarity. Lack of clarity of these 4 pillars takes away a lot of your time, and even if the exam is after a year, we still feel time is less. There are many students in our community who have done our workshops who complete the full year portion in just 3 months, especially the Super Memory Master Level 2 students. You can also be a part of our workshops. Details are in the description. You can also check out our other videos on the study skill techniques. Write in the comments what are your major takeaways from this video, and let's make our study our buddy.